everybody. Back in the garage here. I'm just gonna get some, fix the rod I got here, fix it up, and then, I want to go over something because I get asked about it a lot. I get asked about my, how I hold my rod when I fish. So, we're gonna go over that. I'm just getting this Texas rig back the way it needs to be. But yeah, I'll show you here in a second. How I do it, and you can do what works for you, but I've always done it this way. I've just done it for so long that it's just become kind of second nature to me. And I learned it a long time ago from my uncle, who was the one who always took me fishing. Now, a lot of guys will be like, oh, you know, they'll look at it and go, what are you doing? Like, so when I cast, right? So I'll cast like everybody else, right? And I always hold my bait casters. So you see how how it's like the pistol grip on the bottom, right? So what I'll do is I'll put a finger here, one here, and then I'll wrap around the top so the line is sitting on my finger here. And then I just have my thumb kind of over the back or resting on top or whatever. And then I can reel. But that gives me more feel on the bottom, right? Like it gives me more feel on the bottom so I can feel the rocks and the sand and the weeds and all that stuff, right? And as I'm reeling, because I'll feel it here, I'll feel a fish here before I ever see the tip move, right? Or watch the line move. I'll feel them before they ever get that far. But I wanted to go over that because I get asked about it a lot, so I figured I'd cover it. That's just casting rods, but if I go with, like, oh, and I do that right-handed or left-handed. So the reason I do it both hands is because I grew up, I actually broke my arm when I was a kid. I broke my right arm when I was a kid, and so I had to learn how to do everything left-handed. So I just learned how to do everything left-handed. But with this, like on a spinning rod, I do the same thing. Like when the line's here, I always kind of keep my finger here, right? When it's, you know, when I got line out, cast out, I always feel it here first, and then I can just bounce things, you know, the way I need to get them to where I want them. That goes with everything. I bounce things and I it's a lot of feel for me. So it's a lot of like, you put it together and it kind of, you figure it out, and then you just figure out what works for you. But I figured I'd make a quick video and kind of explain it to people, explain to everybody kind of how I do it. But I don't want to spend too much time out here in the garage because it is 106 degrees today and I'm hot. So, but yeah, so I'll show you that left-handed one here. Okay, here's a right-hand reel, okay? So I'll hold this in my left hand, right? I do the same thing. I'll put this finger here, put another one underneath, and I'll still have my finger on top, right? And I can still reel with that hand. So whether you're right-handed or left-handed, whatever works for you, but that's what works for me. When I fish, even with my panfish rods, I do it that way too. I'll stick a finger, you know, I'll stick a finger here for line just so I can feel it, you know. I mean, these have bobbers on them, so you don't really need to do that, but I do it just out of habit. Just something I've always done, so I figured I'd at least, you know, share that with you, and appreciate you. Yeah. So I wanted to share that with you, and I figured I'd get that information out there because I get asked about it a lot when I'm out fishing. So if you ever see me out and about, I usually fish kind of Okoboji area, southern Minnesota. I'm kind of all over the place. But tournament fishing, I'll have a couple more tournaments coming up here in a couple weeks. Be back up in Minnesota fishing. So I will hopefully see you guys there. If not, I'll do a recap and let you know how it went. I know fish are transitioning kind of to summer's haunts, so we're looking some outside edges and deeper water, and so we'll go from there. But I got some options, and it's kind of time to open the toolbox, as I like to say. So I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for hanging out here with me in the garage again. I'm sweltering hot. I'm gonna go back in the AC, so I will talk to you guys all later.